Bron-Yr-Aur can be found on Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti, and in order to play the song you have to retune your guitar. It's basically an open C tuning with the exception of the A string. Now this is really a challenge to get all of this explanation into this little 8.5 minutes, so I'm going to go quickly, but I'll do my very best to explain everything very clearly, and then you can rewind if you need it. So open C, you're going to play the 3rd fret on the A string, which the A is going to remain the same. So A, E is tuned down to C, D tunes down to C, G is same, B tunes up to C, and then E stays the same. So you get this. Okay? You have 2 variations of the opening riff. The first one is what you do at the very beginning, and then the second one is what you do for the entire song. So the very intro, you're going to slide into the 3rd fret on the A string, and then you're going to pick the D string, the G string, and then with your ring finger you're going to get the open E at the top. Then you're going to come down with your thumb and you're going to hit the open low E, then the D string, the G string, and the B string. And you're going to alternate between those 2. The first chord change is a G, and you're going to play pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, open G, and then 2nd fret on the B string. And you're going to play the 2 outside strings, A and B, and then you're going to pick the D string and the G string. You're then going to reach up and you're going to pick the E string on the 5th fret, and you're going to pull off. Then you're going to come down that chord, B, G string, D string, and then when you play the E string, you're going to slide into the 3rd fret. And then here comes that second variation of the intro, which is what you use for the rest of the song. You play 3rd fret, D string, G string, B string, and then you come down and you play open E, low E, D string, G string, B string. So the G, B, and D stay the same, and you're just alternating between the A string and the open E string. So you get this. So this chord, once again. Then this is the chord that's tough to play. You have middle finger on the 5th fret of the A, you have your pointer finger on the 4th fret of the G string, so the D string stays open, ring finger on the 5th fret of the B string, and you're going to pick the A string and the B string. Then you're going to play the open D, you're going to play the G string, then you're going to reach up and you're going to play the open E. Now you're going to play up the strings, so you're going to play the A string, the D string, the G string, but then here's what's tough is you're going to take your ring finger off so you play an open B. Alright, so this is what you get. And then back to... So this is what it sounds like. The next part, this is actually a challenging part to play. You're going to play the 5th fret on the E string, and you're going to pick the open G and the 5th fret on the E string together. Then you're going to play the A string and the D string. You're going to jump over the G string, and you're going to play the open B. Then you're going to come down and play open A, open D, open G, and then you're going to fret the 4th fret on the B string. So you get this. going to play the open A string and you're going to hammer onto the 3rd fret, and you're going to take your ring finger off and you're going to play D string, G string, B string. Then you're going to come down and you're going to play the open E, A string, D string, and your G string. So your picking patterns are actually, they're either all up, all down, or then the 2 outsides with the 2 middle. So those are what they are. So let me play this piece one more time, or this little section one more time so you can hear it. And then from here it comes back out to the G. Now the next part is the little descending part, which is really cool. So you're going to slide into the 3rd fret on the A string and you're going to play A, D, G, and B. Now you're going to play your G. Now you're going to play open A, and you're going to fret across the 4th fret. Now when you play up the 4th fret again, D, G string, and then you're going to release it and play an open B, and then play it again. See, and that sounds just like it. Then from here, when you're playing at the 4th fret, you suspend that by playing the 5th fret on the B string, and that's where you get this. And he does some hammer-ons here, hammer-ons and pull-offs. You got to really be careful that you don't mess up the rhythm of your finger picking when you do that. And it's hard, it takes a little bit of practice. So from here, you're going to, and the way I play it, since I'm not a finger picker, is you slide into the 5th fret, barring across the D, G, and B strings. You're going to slide into the 5th fret, and then I use my middle finger like I'm playing a minor dominant 7 here. And you're going to bar across this, so you play the 5th fret on the E string, then you play 5th fret on the D string, G string, and the B string, and then you slide up to the 7th fret, and you play the D string and the G string, and then you release all of that and play an open B, and then come back to the slide here, and then again. And then the very end, when you're playing this, when you get to the part where you're ready to change to that last little picking piece, you're going to pick up, very much the same way you did here, you're going to pick up this 4th fret, E, D, G, and then you're going to release it and play the open B. And now you're going to play the A string, the D string, the G string, and the B string, and you're going to pick them up. And you're going to fret the 7th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the D string, and then you're going to leave the G string and the B string open. So only once. Now you're going to take your entire picking hand and you're going to move it up 1 string. So now you're going to play the D, G, B, and E string. And you're going to take your fretting hand and you're going to come up to the 7th fret on the D string, 5th fret on the G string, and you're going to play. And then you're going to play it again, except you're going to take your fret hand and you're going to move it all the way up here to the 7th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the B string, and then you're going to play down those. And he gets the hammer on. I use my pinky. I reach up here and I fret the 7th fret of the D string, release it, fret that, and then the last chord is what we use to tune the guitar. 3rd fret A string, and you rake across all 6 strings. And the harder you rake, the more you get that sound, because he kind of overdubbed it with, it's either with his Dan Electric or his sitar, and so you get kind of that really cool, weird vibrato on it. It sounds more like it. So that last little piece there is going to be like this. Open B, and then those are all the parts to Bron-Yr-Aur.